First of all, I want to thank you, Vamadeva, for everything. I'm very happy to be here, very grateful. And also, I want to thank the team for everything they've done so far. I feel very safe here. I'm very much dreading to ask this question, but I know I have to. So my question is about my body and what you told us today about identification and disidentification. I have two questions with that. The first is my identification with my body not being perfect or the way that I want it to be. Since my awakening, I've been taking care of my body in the way that you mentioned in the Kundalini course. So Ayurvedic food, lifestyle. But sometimes I've fallen off the bandwagon and had difficulty to fully integrate the Ayurvedic lifestyle into my life. And it leads to disappointment and feeling imperfect. And how or do I even have to so I identify with this body that I am now, that I'm in or that I am, and how do I let go of that? And my second questions regarding to falling off the bandwagon and trying to incorporate this lifestyle, how do I, not only from the Ayurvedic perspective, but also with the entire process, how do I become a good sadhaka, a good student? I so much want to be perfect, and I find it difficult to be.
First, I want to reflect back this in a way of reciprocating that it's great that you have been able to come and join this program. I know that it took you nearly a year, right? So it's wonderful that you've made that move. It really feels good when it happens, that you can see that there is definitely a level of commitment, perseverance. It wasn't just a passing thought, And now let's bring clarity to this, what you're asking here. So the first part about the body being happy or satisfied or not satisfied with the physical appearance of the body, or maybe more than that, maybe not as superficial as whether we like the way we look, but maybe also this will be kind of a bridge to the second question, tendencies, right? Because let's face it, we can be unhappy about many things about our appearance. We can be unhappy, but we can be happy about this part, but not about that part, So really, this list is endless. I don't even want to go there, because the identity is not with the body. Identity is with the body of consciousness. So let us clarify this there and then, immediately, so that the identity here, or rather the process of disidentifying with the storyline, with what went into what now is considered and being directly experienced by you as so and so. We don't discard that, but what we are advised is to go beyond these confines. And the disidentification from the story will make very little value if it is not accompanied by a proper identification. So therefore, it is accompanied by this, now speaking more traditionally, identifying with who you are beyond attributes. Right? For the moment, we leave the attributes aside because these attributes are temporal, they're finite. And it's a subject of coming and going. No, like if we make a quick slideshow of, let's say, even yourself from that little girl, and throughout the years, it's like it's a constantly different body. I'm not talking about Ayurvedically. Maybe Ayurvedic physician will recognize at the very early age, okay, this you are a composition of these doshas and gunas, right? That's not what we're talking. But appearance is different. You would go through this change, and that change is continued. Nothing is here constant but change. Nothing remains the same. And this, we cannot really, in any way, hold that to be something to really pin our hopes on. So in other words, that sooner or later, you have to accept, like, women have their own fair share of these insecurities. Men have their own fair share of insecurities. And every human being who considers themselves neither man nor woman and address themselves as they, because they also now in the state of California, you can be persecuted by calling they he. So you have to be careful not to offend anybody. So this is not really important. So therefore, I'm kind of not even going to give it a deep dig here. I invite you to apply a common wisdom to that what you're happy or not happy about your body. Acceptance is a good tool, or acceptance is a great attitude, a great way of being anyway. Because one needs to accept how one is, because that is how one is. And the beauty is there, you see? So, like, you may not like the way you look, but when painter looks at you, they already paint you. When the painter looks at you, painter already sees the beauty. Even the physical beauty that maybe for you are considered to be ridden with imperfection. So this is first part. Now about that imperfection versus perfection. This is where you need to simply understand it once and for all, that what illumines all your experiences is always perfect. The essence of who you are is perfect. It shines forth. It shines as the light in your eyes. It shines as understanding. It shines as a feeling. It shines as compassion in your heart. It shines as the qualities, undeniable qualities. It illumines them all, brings them forth. And that is pure, undiluted perfection. It cannot be perfected further. It's like you cannot make gold better. Gold is gold. Whatever form it takes, It doesn't matter. Its value is not diminished, ever. So the core of who you are is that gold. And that is always perfect. This understanding what brings the true perfection. The body may there and then begin to decay even as you walk. And saints are there, examples. They decayed as they walk and spoke. They spat phlegm. They were withered away. They were eaten by cancer. And yet all there was is light, light, light. It almost paradoxically, as the physicality was receding, more light was shining through. So really this body destined to go. If you were a man, I would be a bit more, you've heard me speaking like that. The best man, the man who is already dead, because that is the core essence of Shiva. Already dead, because never came alive. Spirit. And that's the strength of a man. And strength of a woman, because it's an embodiment of a goddess. This is the way to identify with. To see yourself as divine in every way, down to the nails and bone marrow. Then that what will there be still this remnants of that ignorance, it will still be there. But there is a proper understanding. That proper understanding that yes, I was born into this family, to these parents, have this story, this and that. But deep down, I know myself as being nothing other than that what even the language cannot express. I'm beyond all these attributes. I can express myself and take forms, but I am forever formless. I'm this playful power. This is what the essence of every woman. The essence of every woman is a Devi. That Devi here is the shining one, is the divine one. Irrespective of what role she plays in this life, it doesn't matter. All these moral codes, moral conduct is of superficial surface value. It doesn't matter. We do not know what God is up to there. Therefore, we should never judge. There is no fallen woman, only fallen thoughts, filthy thoughts. Woman cannot fall because she is an embodiment of goddess. No woman ever fell. It's a filthy mind of man. That's all. So know yourself as such. And this is the perfection. And you will slip, and you will fall back into the habits, and the patterns will come over. That's natural. It's part of that what this is all about. Part and parcel. About the habits taking over. That's what it is, you see. These are not real limitations. The real limitations, real tests, is when our faith is being tested. But giving in to tendencies is not really failing. It's not really becoming, unable. It's within the human nature. This human condition is there playing itself out in disguise. It's still playing itself out. So you have to be also patient with that. Having almost like this kind of consciously taken up attitude of the body, like take care of it, If the physiology prakriti is very strong, one can neglect it, but very few of us can. lucky, gifted with a body which can be neglected, really neglected, even abused, and it still stands there, strong, robust. But if the body is more fragile in many ways, then it will become, each time we do something to it, it takes this as an assault on itself. So therefore, I remember very well when Maharishi Mahesh Yogi would advise, the attitude to the body is that of mother to child. It's a care. It's to take care of. So if it has this understanding that child cannot take care of itself, it's always prompt to go to the fridge and pull out the ice cream box. It always goes to the cupboard and gets to this full blasted, blown, into chocolates, right? It's not going to go and suddenly have steamed broccoli, right? And it's kind of like really something wrong with the child. And so you know that the body is already prompted to be naughty, prompted to go off. And then you just like, okay, sometimes enjoy it, that motherhood. At other times, come on, dear, enough is enough. So really should not pose too much of a dilemma and shouldn't spoil the day. Okay?